Oh, hi! This is not my usual content, though I did content on her before. And that person is the Presidential Information Officer, or whatever she calls herself, Claire Castro. I guess this content or this video is more of a is put on more of a celebratory tone, in a sense that I'd like to thank Malou Tiquia, Ivan Mayristra, the Ivan guy from GMA7, and specifically Katrina Domingo from ABS-CBN for this time, for really calling her out. For like really, I mean, not just really calling her. No, Katrina Domingo did call her out. Ivan kind of baited her into giving us more information. Well, Malou Tiquia, in a way, yeah, kind of called her out as well. That's because at least at this time, it is more of it shows that the public isn't as stupid as what the administration or what even Claire Castro thinks we are. You know, we're now willing to like press her for details, or to make her answer the questions which she never answered anyway. Um, I'll also put a link of my previous video on her here, in this video as well, because for the few people that watch me, or at least follow my content here under the I'm under the community, with me as a fringe member. By the way, I'm shout out to the Hong Kong team. This is used to be this is my previous company's jersey. Well, she used to be part of the community I'm a fringe member of. Yes, I'm a fringe member. I'm not and she has also in my previous video, I talked about her doing the heel turn and becoming becoming a mouthpiece spewing misinformation, lies, and being the propagandist. And in an episode wherein she was with Miss Malou Tiquia, who's a professor, and basically Claire Castro calling her being a propagandist, calling another person a propagandist. This is really funny. And then it came to a point that the conversation became a bit heated, wherein Malou Tiquia told her that maybe she knew where this person was. She wasn't direct. If she was, I mean, and not everybody, but because we've got a lot of stupid people. But then again, if you understand or get what Miss Tequia was saying, that she was referring to her as a member of government, that maybe the government people knew where that person was, and she took it as an insult. She took it like, hey, why are you putting it to me? Putting it to me, it's grammatically wrong. At least why you should put. She would have if it were me, I would have said that, why are you putting it on me, not to me, right? Why are you putting that responsibility or that question on me? It's not my responsibility. I don't know where the guy is, but I do understand that her being the representative of government, people would refer it, or would kind of associate her with the government. Of course, since she represents the government. I personally have that as a member of. I mean, in my job, people would associate me with the company's policies, because of the position I'm in, or the. So, if she was, I mean, I don't know what's in her brain, but she felt that it was an insult to her as a person, and she even was stupid enough to vlog about it, and even to say that what she did wasn't even grammatically correct, when she was talking about two different words, to and on. I mean, shit, right? Fuck, what the hell? It just made me think, What? You're a lawyer? You Dean's Lister, and that's who you are? It just goes to show that if you're lying, you no matter how smart you are, if you're lying and if you're changing, if you're purposely lying and muddling up the truth, you become more stupid. The dumbest person telling the truth will still sound smarter than the smartest person lying. Um, just like in her palace briefings, she would give non-answers. She would basically she would either give non-answers, she would gaslight people, and it's just nice that we have people willing to call her out on that already. Before it was Eden Santos of Net 25. She'd really press her for more details. And and she'd get flustered. In the Philippine term, she'd get picon, she'd get flustered and try to talk over her. And it's nice that we have these people now. We have these other people aside from her, to really bring it, to really talk, to really force her to answer, which she still didn't do. Special shout out to Katrina Domingo. She was previously the logic girl. She was like, if it's this logic, and now she was pressing, because what Claire Castro said was, this certain government official resigned out of delicadeza, which is, I guess, I'm not sure how you say it in English, but in truth, that same government official said that it wasn't about delicadeza. He didn't even resign. So what gives, right? So what gives? And so it's basically her lying, right? Delicadeza meaning. So delicadeza is basically a sense of propriety. Now, personally, because the reason why this happened is they're basically in, the palace is basically saying that this person resigned amid the allegations of corruption and resigned out of delicadeza. But by doing so, it's like putting the blame on them, because if you resigned out of delicadeza, of what? If you didn't do anything wrong, why would you be resigning for delicadeza? It's not even a saving face measure because you didn't do anything wrong, right? And the guy basically said, I did not resign. And here you go, Palace Information Officer, telling people that they resigned out of delicadeza. It's just basically pointing the guilt on them. There are some allegations against them and they resigned out of propriety. On the end, and just after that, the guy said, we did not resign. So what's that? And the reporter, to their credit, pointed it out. And I mean, not pointed out, and to their credit, really pressed the matter. They're like saying that since we're taxpayers, right, we owe it to us. And her fucking answer was, well, this person resigned, that person resigned. So what are we giving? Are we giving out graceful exits now? Why not press these charges? Now, by letting them leave, you're just basically giving them away. You don't hold them in your area. They can just go wherever they want. Just like the previous the public works secretary who's now abroad, who resigned, the other person within that agency who's the one giving those allocations resigned, and just let them all resign. It's actually safer keeping them within the office, keeping them within their position, so that if charges can be filed, they're still there. They're not resigned and out and about. So, if the people are saying that, oh, the president was the one to call it out, yes, he called it out, but then again, what are we doing about it? All he did was say that if you want to press charges, press the charges. I understand that you have to build a case, but then again, it's there. You can press charges. It's just, personally, it feels good that people are starting to call her out. Second, we've got these guys like really trying to frame questions for her to to give, as much as she's trying to do non-answer, not answering the questions, she gets baited into things. And with Malou Tiquia baiting her into to acting like the palenquera or the people from the market that she is. Actually, it's an insult for the people. Like what's said in the interview, it's an insult to the people in the market. But then again, it's basically talking about her being a rough person. She seems to be proud of it, but there you go, rough person. And just as what Caillou, Kamatis Analysis Unit was saying, it went to her head. Or the same way also Malou Tiquia was saying, that position of hers, being in that position, went to her head. And now she thinks that it is attack to her person, but her job is to be the mouthpiece of the president. That's her job. You're not supposed to even have opinions on your own. And that's what you get by her still continuing on her blog. She just give out whatever is the news and then goes to the blog and does her propaganda thing. And now you feel like you're all that because you're in that position. No, you're just a mouthpiece. That's what you are. And do you know, or does the administration even know that by letting her talk like that, it is also a representation of you, of the administration, of the executive, that since you feel that you're above there's a term, Filipino term called bardagulan, which is like basically going down to their levels. So let me see what's the reason. It's basically like insulting, or not really. It's just basically like going to their level. Since the leaders, the president, the executive feels that they're classy and above bardagulan, you get a palenquera or a person from the market, or I would say a rough person, to do it for you. Isn't that also representative of you being so elitist that you don't want to answer things? And for you, anti-clear, your position is to just give out the news. But since you're a propagandist, your goal is, that's not really your goal. Your goal is to twist it to favor your principles. But you should not forget that you're there as the mouthpiece of your principles. Who are you? You'd even dare to ask Malou Tiquia, who are you? Well, she's a professor. She also worked with the previous administration. Well, who are you? Who you are is a mouthpiece. That's what you are. You're just a mouthpiece. You're basically like the mouth of Sauron. There you are, the mouth of Sauron. That's what you are. That's basically what you are. And I'd like to again thank you, Malou Tiquia, for giving us, for at least exposing her to mainstream media. At least now it goes to the collective mindset of people. Second, to Ivan and to Katrina Domingo for really pushing the issue. And it's also nice that with the current climate right now, people are really, she doesn't get a free pass anymore. Right? So, but then again, I don't think she's gonna leave, because I think the presidents and the executive love her so much, because I guess she's a puppet. No, maybe she's a pet, like a pet dog, like a pet attack dog, right? Like, oh, this is cute, right? This is a coin bank. You can you pull the head out, right? They have an attack dog in Anti-Clear, right? And I guess in the president's search for the attack dog, they got their bitch. Simple as that. They've got their bitch.